Hey guys, this is Allison from Alley Cat Creations. How are you? If you can please like, share, and subscribe to my channel, I really do appreciate it. And if you get anything from my work, a connect the dot, an epiphany, a mic drop moment, a light bulb exploding, a new author to read, a new book to explore, please consider supporting my work. The links of everything could be at the bottom of by the comments, the Dropbox below this video. And I do want to thank everybody with sincerity and gratitude to you for helping keeping me alive. It's insane. I just got a notice that they might put a lien on my house, even though I'm like just about ready to, I'm still here and close. It's really pissing me off. But I don't have control over these things, so I can't really worry about it. Spiritual soul advice. I haven't done one of these in a hot minute. And that's because I have been having a lot of downloads recently. My experience with the portal and the Stargate, and a lot of things just having to sink in with me for a few days. And a lot came out of me this morning. A lot. And I'm going to read you some stuff. And this is really about the soul tribe. I want to make this about the people that we're going to or are already having in our lives that are a part of our journeys. I equate a lot of things, what we're going through right now is in a video game. Like if you have ever played World of Warcraft, for example, that's the one I know the best. But any game where you need a team of people to do something. We're at this juncture right now where a lot of spiritual people are finding more people and getting validations from other people, and they're a part of your tribe. And we need to do this together. It's not a solo mission. I can't solo my life any longer. And as much as I work alone and in isolation, it's not because I want to be, it's because I'm being forced, especially here in New York, where I still am not getting the necessities and needs met because of the tyranny and communism that is still occurring here. It is what it is. I hate greed, and I don't like what's happening with people. When you look at those games, I used to play a night elf hunter. Her name was Corpse, Alley Cat. But a lot of my characters were named Corpse. Why? Because I felt dead. But it's funny when you resurrect, it's corpse of corpse. So I thought that was funny. But in the game, I was a hunter. I stood back. I let my pet go. They attacked, and I attacked from afar. One of my other characters was a druid who could turn and shapeshift into different things. And I used to, my better play was a healer. And I used to stand in the back and heal everybody. So everybody was getting my healing juice. And then there was a tank who used to, and then sometimes there would be two of them because one has to stay back, the other one, and they swap. And then you have the rogues who go in and they step back and hide, and then there was the mages that would stand back with the hunters, and everybody had a role, and everybody had a specialty, and everybody had something to bring to the table. And that's where we're at. We have this big ugly boss who you just want to take down, and we're all around this boss trying to fight it. And each one of us has a specific power and a specialty that we are going to bring to this tribe called life and reality. And, I don't know if this boss dies, we get prizes like in the game, but we're at that juncture now that we're starting, some of us, I'm not going to claim everybody is, but a lot of people are now starting to gel and find people that they resonate with. When it comes to a specific situation that is occurring in my situation, my circle of people, there's a mission right now. There's a quest. A lot of people are either aware or unaware of this quest, and there's a lot of agendas. But a lot of people still look at me in either jealousy or they don't understand quite where my motives run. They run me. Sorry. God, source, angels, dragons now, wolves. They all channel through me. And today I had a lot of channeling. A lot. With this specific situation, and I'm only mentioning this as an example, we have specialties. Mine is working in person energetically, but also in the unseen. Right, as I unveiled in the episode I did with the alien gray agenda with my Stargate situation, you know, I am a gatekeeper to a serious Stargate and portal that's keeping negative entities at bay. So when I put my frequency and energy on something, I'm leaving my energy and essence on it, which is chilling out the evil things. Why, when I touch certain people's vehicles, things kind of calm down, things don't happen to the vehicles, and then all of a sudden, stuff started to happen. You know, there's agendas at play, and we all play a role. And the thing is that we have to understand and take a step back and understand that some people are still playing out their karmic roles for each other, and that includes our families. Our families, our soul families, come in with the lessons that we need to grow. To understand and actualize why things are happening to us, what's going on. Even our kitty cats and our pets play a role in that too. You know, and there's still people having to have some deep soul lessons being handed to them right now, and it really hurts to have to watch it. It sucks because you want to do everything to help others, at least for me. But I can only help from afar at this point. Everybody has a role that they have to play, whether it be good and evil. And again, that's just a role that you ask somebody to play for you, to wake you the fuck. You know, and there are people, I've done it my whole life. I sit in a mutual space of indifference. I don't hate people and I don't like people. It's just, hey, I'm going to tell you right off the bat, that's not a good relationship. You shouldn't be in it. That's probably a karmic lesson you need to learn, and either you go through it or you don't. But whatever it is, don't come crying back to me because I told you so, and not in a, you know, in an attitude-ish negative way, but I'm trying to warn you, I don't feel the energy coming off of this situation as being good for you. Now you have the free will to take my advice or not. And 9 times out of 10, oh yeah, what you spoke about didn't resonate with me because I think you were just being upset because your situation isn't ideal either. And now all of a sudden, like, I get back, you were right. Like, because I'm sitting in a space where I'm not letting my situation affect me and my judgment on others. You know, I'm being analytical. I bring my spirituality and my analytical side, and I try to hone it in. What's playing out with my soul tribe right now is there's some soul family issues that have to be dealt with. There's absences of people that you're going to start noticing because they have to work out their karma together. They have to work out their lessons. And it's something that affects all of us because one of the specialties that a specific person has is knowledge and how they unlock the knowledge. And they're supposed to speak something into an existence that has not yet come across their eyes yet, which the infiltration and the negative thought forms are definitely still working at it to hold up this person from speaking it. And it can be dealt with, but it's up to that person's free will to choose where they want to go with their path. And that's not up for any of us to make that decision for that person. And a lot of people today started paying attention to my Facebook page. I love you guys. I'm happy you are, because I hope I can help you. So today, I have these like source messages that I like to repost, and not necessarily do I resonate with all of them, but I know other people do. But I wrote about the truth and the and consciousness. Remember, this is the new consciousness that Pamela channeled through the Council of Nine and Dolores Cannon. Also frequenting the Ra Collective. Middle ground awareness and understanding we are all creating a new consciousness. We are both light and dark. We have to embrace both our sides. Take our shadow, hug it, and thank it for the lessons we need for soul growth. When you can alchemically transmute to the pole of desired result, again, positive or negative, that's up to you and your free will choice, where you are going to reside. You know, whatever works for, do you, boo. You can master yourself. Most people do not do self-work. It's time to step back and work on it. We need more love, light, and development with this new consciousness. No more old paradigm. Stop bringing the old ways into something we need to create and reimagine what the old had. Recycling what worked to make it better. This is a DIY project, but with thoughts. Let's create beauty and unity consciousness for all of us. There are some of us that are ignored because we are depleted in corners with nothing, cloaked or put there out of jealousy. All that must stop. And it's the truth. It's the truth. Why do I say that? Because there are many of us who have been speaking out, who have a lot of good things to contribute to a community. And it seems like the people who are the boots on the ground don't really incorporate the entire tribe. It's only some of the tribe. And it's who has a platform and who has all this stardom. And I get it. We're trying to get likes and clicks and all that stuff, but that's not what I'm about. I'm about getting my information out there because there are people that are going to get something unlocked within them. I'm remembering something different that they didn't think of. And those people that watch me that are already awake are probably watching me, and that can contribute to the comment section. And eventually when I do lives, come on and interact with people to give their information, because it takes all of us. It's just not a few the chosen ones, right? We all have to work together. It's unity. It's coming together. And a lot of us, some of us feel like because of us not being able to afford to travel the country, those of us who can't afford to go to conferences, Jermaine from the Consciousness Wars makes this really good point about that on his Telegram channel. There are everyday commentary people that are awakened and they just don't want to deal with the freaking back and forth nonsense. And the people with the ego in the chats. And not to say ego is a bad thing, it's not. But when you keep harping on stuff that you're not going inside and doing the work for yourself and answering those questions, they're very answerable if you look inside yourself. How do you do that? You got to sit in the silence. Put some music on that has no lyrics, drumming beats, binaural beats, and just go in and listen. Silence your mind. It's hard. I can't do that all the time. I can't. I'll admit that. I can't do that. But sometimes I can, and I get a lot from it. And I just go within my heart space. And I start feeling things, and I start taking the step back. I had to take a step back today to analyze, like, what's going on with my soul tribe? Well, there's still a lot of people that still need to wake up to what they are. There's still a lot of people that have just one directive. And yeah, we have quests. Again, we're in the game. We all have our specialties and we have quests. And what's happening now is the ground team is very under attack. The spiritual team is working overtime. We're tired. In my particular case, it's a lot. We need to come into balance. And we need to put differences aside because people project things in their mind and then it projects out into manifestation. People have agendas. You know what my agenda is? To get the damn truth out and to get that person who's supposed to speak what they're supposed to find, help them do that, because that's what's going to help a lot of us. When that truth that is not come out to pass and hasn't come to be into existence yet, that person is supposed to speak it in a frequency that's supposed to wake us all up. Many of us. Can't have that if there's infiltration and there's parasites and there's people that are there for either and also karmic lessons. And people are just not seeing it and they think it's a divisive like tool. There's jealousy and envy. No, not envious, not jealous. Indifferent. Why? Because they got to play their role. The roles have to be played. And it's up for the person that has the growth and the soul lesson that needs to learn how to discern a little bit better. And as somebody in that tribe, I have to sit back and can only honor their lesson and give them love and support and healing and shielding and hope that they see the light one day. But that's not up to me to make that decision for them. It's up with them and source, creator, to make that choice. I think a lot of people, when we get into these tribes and we start finding people that are in our family, we all, like, I'm a bridge. This is what I'm finding out about myself. This is something new to me. I have a tribe, but I work with amongst other tribes. It's just like, think of the Native Americans. We all have an objective unifying one goal, but there's quests in between all of those. And I'm a bridge to other people, to getting to other people, to getting to other people. There are many of us out there like this who branch, it goes in so many directions. And sometimes it could be tiring, but it's rewarding. So we have to remember that every tribe that we find Many of us might be a branch to another tree that we're going to link other people together. But at the end of the day, the goal is the same. We all want to create a new world and a new reality and reimagine what worked here, but we're not bringing the old with us. We're recreating it and making it new. A lot of people want to know why certain, people aren't watching certain shows anymore, certain podcasts, certain, stuff. It's because you're not reimagining what you are bringing to the table. You're not taking into account that there's too many people in depletion. And when you stick something into somebody's face quite enough, people are going to stop watching because they just don't want to start feeling bad anymore. The spiritual community especially needs to really stop with the health, yes, eat healthy, do this, do that. Yes, that it's necessary. But in some situations like me, I don't have the ability to go get oils, and I don't have the ability to go and get specific items to make me feel better or to help me cleanse. I don't have the money for that unless you want to purchase that for me. I got the lights to keep on, the internet to keep going, the food that I do get is as healthy as it's going to get, but not all the time do I get donations. And yes, I was able to, because some generous people gave me some money, I was able to get healthier food, but that does not last. Right? It's for the meantime. It's not a consistent income that I'm getting that I can afford. I have to make sure my cats are taken care of. I got to make sure that I can pay my phone bill and the insurances. It's a lot of shit that I don't want to deal with. I hate it, but I have no choice. I signed up for this third dimensional game. I have to play it until it's finished. But when you put that on other people and project it, you make people feel bad, like, oh, you're not going to ascend and you're not going to feel better if you eat crap and you eat this and that's judgments. We got to stop that. Stop judging. If I eat meat, it's because that's all I'm being given as a donation. Am I not going to eat it? I could throw it out and not eat, or I can eat it and sustain myself, right? Everything's sentient, by the way. And those souls come in and know what they're coming in for. Give Thanksgiving. But, I talk about that a lot. I don't want to keep on that topic. The soul tribe coming together, a lot of us feel isolated. That's why I did the Hermit's Journey. And I'm going to read something. If you feel like you don't fit in this world, it's because you are here to help create a new one. But we can't do that by ourselves. Sorry, it doesn't work like that. Unity. This is what I wrote earlier. I have yet to fit into this world, a lone wolf. Though my mission is clear, I'm a test from Creator, and I know I am. I'm here to bridge tribes of soul groups, transition people who are consciously going through their awakening. I am the gatekeeper of stargates and voids of space. I hold back with my high vibes and negative forces who want to take control of others and their actions. I am the one people hate, because they can't bear the truth when I speak it. I am the one that people run from because they don't look past the test. We all have many special abilities and specialties. Some express more in the physical and some express more in the mental or the spiritual plane. We all serve together. When more people integrate the balance of group, ground team, and unseen team, more of this new world will merge. And I find that that was completely from spirit that came through to make those words happen, because it's the truth. There's an unbalance right now. There's a lot of people either on the ground, and there's a lot of spiritual people that are in the hermit zone, um, not knowing what to do and how to help. I know a bunch of us on the unseen team. We're working behind the scenes with our sage and our gems and our intentions and our energy, throwing it out to the ground crew. I know I was doing that daily, every day, for a special group of people that had a special purpose to getting the knowledge and truth out. They don't have to like me. The problem is there was infiltration. There is a demonic entity still lingering around a lot of different people, projecting itself through people, attacking family members, attacking spaces. And it's all rooted in the fact that someone's free will was kind of interjected with. And there was means that weren't of a higher density. And now we're watching it play out. And a lot of us are being affected because that person is going to be taking a break. They have no choice. Many other tribes are going to be dealing with very similar things, that we have to stand back and hold space for everybody in that tribe and the quests that people take. We have to sit back and analyze, is this a soul lesson? Is these lessons that these people need to finish out so that they can get back onto their mission and their work and their quests? And a lot of us are just a part of the quest, and then we go and we move on to greater missions. All of us have multitasked, multi-missioned lives. Some of us just hold the space. Some of us are still not knowing what goes on in this world. We're just here listening objectively and taking it in, and hopefully something snaps and we figure it out. We're all at different stages in our awakening. We're all at different stages of where we are in our missions and our quests. We have to leave it up to divine timing. But we need to hold space for everybody, not just a few. We have to start acknowledging those that really do need help, that we need to actually help them. Today there was a beautiful Q&A that I got halfway through because I needed to cleanse my area, my body. And the same questions, the same things keep coming up. And it's like, instead of asking another person, why aren't you asking yourself? You know, it's about the EBS, and it's about this, and it's the money, it's this, and if you're not living your life in the everyday moment and present and going within and thinking about how you can change the world, how can you do that right now? How can you be having Amish mindset? Everybody's hoarding all this stuff, but that's not, in my eyes, what Source wants. It's a big test. There are people still in need. There are people suffering. And there are a lot of people still that are awake that are screaming out for help, and they're not receiving help because everybody's afraid that what are we losing? There are people not supporting other people for some crazy agenda that they have strung up in their heads. It's bizarre. And I'm watching this play out every day. Every day. Doesn't matter what community you're in. There's always people that are holding on to these things that are third dimensional concepts that need to just disavow, and you got to let this 3D paradigm play itself out. You know, if you sit and concern yourself with every moving part, you're going to get lost in there without realizing that what you're really skipping on is doing the work for yourself so that you can advance and move forward. Not to say not to look and not to, do your research and do your learning and do what you need to do. But you can't let these things consume your life, because life will come up and bite you in the ass. And then you're going to be fucked because you didn't pay attention to your needs. You paid attention to things that are outside of your own physical control. The only thing you could do at this moment in time is, with intention, give the love and light to those people, to a situation, to get better. Speak it in your mantras, speak it in your water that you want things to get better. You want peace. And if more people come together with that unity understanding, then we're all here to work together, and not just influencers working together, but everybody being included in that, we'd be in a better spot by now. I mean, I have a lot of really good ideas that I would like to speak out into the ether, but if people ignore my emails, they don't answer me, or, I'm not getting to the right people. Everybody has connections, but it's only for a certain privileged few that get those connections, that make connections and go to connections, right? It's that chain that I talk about with the Amish mindset. It's creating a chain. It's creating a larger web, and that web gets bigger and bigger and bigger. More people get helped. More people awaken. More people come to understanding what they are here for. If I didn't have that SOS call, goodness sakes, if I would have moved and not realized what was there and what my purpose here in New York is. Do you know how guilty I would have felt that I got a phone call from a child that they got demonics and Draco coming out of my closet? Now that's their closet. I'm glad that I had the knowing to ask for help. And I got the help. And I hope in the future I can help them with their cause. So beautiful people who have a beautiful mission. And that's, again, a bridge on a leaf that I'm going to jump to with them and start something with that tribe, the Canadian tribe. But we all have that. We all have different missions that we are part of, and then we have missions that are other places with other tribes that we all start merging together. And that's what we're forming. That's why I'm trying to talk about it. And it's sometimes spirit doesn't give me the flowing properly to make it make sense, but I hope it does. I wrote something else, I think. Yes. So I found this really interesting picture, and I'm sorry, I don't like to steal things from, but that looks like the dragon that I took my journey on. You are an intense, unstoppable force. Own it. Spirit and guides sing today completely. If someone could capture in art what my dragon guide looks like that I journeyed with, very close to this. Dragons are the holders of the stargates and portals. They, believe or not, you don't need to believe that, but I started to see that. Combos of both Seraphim and Elohim. Collectives. Many dualistic to help our souls actualize and protect us. Like my wolf pack guides with a fractal of Odin. My dragons hold fractals of both dark and light, alchemically balancing both poles. and making sure I am well protected. Standing in my authority, sovereignty, and authority to step into what I am without apologies. Held down my whole life and continue to be in depletion and hope integrating what I am, who needs to see and find me will now happen. I want to help and aid, can't do that with empty 3D cups. Praying this stalemate end soon. Dragons help. I put that out there because again, it's not shoving something in someone's face to claiming something, right? I spoke the truth that I know to be my truth. And we all have to start doing that ourselves. If you don't know what you are yet, that's okay. Don't get jealous and don't get envious. Sit back and it will come to you. Like, again, I sat my entire life sitting in my house, looking in a mirror, not knowing how to identify myself because I was adopted. And I didn't have anybody to look back to see, where did I get my green eyes? Where did I get my white hair? Why is my teeth so bad and falling out? Why do I have freckles? Why am I white? Right? I'm adopted. I had closed adoption. I had no clue who I was. A huge part of my life, I had no idea. I just had I was just imagining what I was, who I could have been a part of. Until I was 34, my mother died, and I just took a chance on doing a DNA test. I know they're bad and I know they're evil, but there was no other way in a financial form that I could have done it to find them. And I found my biological family. It's an ugly, ugly story. I talk about it on this channel. But at the same time, who the hell would have known that I would have been able to find my family? I never thought I would. And it's not because I didn't want to manifest it, I didn't want to put it out into the universe. Those things don't happen to too many people, but it happened for me. And I think it's important that you don't hold out the hope. Doesn't matter what age you are, because that happened to me and I couldn't believe it. But I needed to know and I was ready for the uncomfortable truth that I know what I came from. But then now take it a step further. Some years later, I go, just talking to a buddy, and all of a sudden this map pops into my purview, and there's Staten Island, New York with some coordinates, and I happen to put my house coordinates into a site, go back to the map to see, and it's my coordinates. No fucking way, right? This is happening to me again. Why? Because it's my time to know who I am. It's my time to understand why I'm here. It's my time to understand why I was adopted. I came incarnation at the time that I did because the circumstances granted it. They needed a soul to be a gatekeeper for a Stargate. So they waited until the perfect circumstances happened to bring my soul in to be a gatekeeper for a Stargate that happened to be on the land that my house landed on. And all the circumstances played out that I had to be here at this place in time now. Right? A lot of us have this story. It's just a lot of it is uncovered. A lot of people aren't looking for it. I'm not saying that everybody has a Stargate or everybody has a portal in their house. It's just you also have something unique about you that you came into this carnation for. And a lot of people are starting to remember. A lot of people are starting to have visions. A lot of people are starting to understand and make connections that they never were able to do before, and now it's starting to happen for everybody. So if you're not, please don't give up. Start listening to different topics that interest you. That's probably your best bet. Something that you are interested in, you will go and find something that you're connected with and why you're here. We all have to understand we all play an important role, big or small. Again, I make the connection with, I did it in the Law of One. I've done it in a lot of videos. There's a big building, there's a negative building, and there's a positive, but it's still of both of God. It's still of God. We all chose a role in this game that we're playing out. You know, if you're playing World of Warcraft, it's the Horde or it's the Alliance, right? And every team is taking down a boss at some point. What elevator are you going on and what floor are you on? Because each floor has a level and each level is important, and the building would collapse if it doesn't have it all. And the people at the top are the ones that need to really assist the people at the bottom and in the middle to get them up to the top so everybody can go together. And again, it doesn't matter if it's a negative polarity, because that's the experience your soul needs, or the positive. But there's a lot of people in this middle ground that they're still not sure what's going on. And it's not because they're not awake. There are people who choose not to be awake right now. It's not their time. They're going to repeat their density again because they're just, again, this is school. This is school. Everybody has a lesson. Everybody has lessons. And some people came in just to hold the energy and the frequency, but it's not their time to ascend yet. As much as we come into this world alone, our soul, we're not alone. We come in with I have a damn legion upstairs. Some of us only have 2 to 3 guides. It's okay. It's irrelevant. We all come with something. We're all here for a purpose. And within this tribe that we're all needing to come together and really solidify a role, you know, everybody has something that they're bringing to the table that will help the collective. In a big way or a small way, it doesn't matter. They're still needed. They're as important as the one with the major role to the one with the medium role to the one with the small role. Everybody needs to play their part perfectly, or else things don't work out. And we're all trying to find those people right now to mesh with. Again, but it's just, here's your quest and tribe for this quest. You might keep the same because you have bigger missions to go on with the same people, but more people might leave and more people might come in, right? Because we're all drawn to different things and different people, but we all still have this tribe mentality that we need to keep. We all have to keep and stick with the tribe, the understanding of the community, understanding that each of us play a role in that community, and that we can't go on a solo. You probably could go on a solo mission, but the new paradigm that's being made, it's more like a social memory complex where you get your individualized streams of information. You give it the way you give it, and some people take onto it, like Ra versus Quo, right? Same social memory complex, Atan, same social memory complex, but they speak differently. They give the same information, or they break things down differently, but the information's just about the same. That's what we're trying to create right now, being third density human form. And it's complicated. Got my co-host who had to pop up. Got her to sit. So I do apologize for that pause. I got a cat butt. again, spirit is channeling through me. The biggest thing that I want to convey, and so do they, is that start reaching out. If you feel like someone's resonating with you, be it a post, be it somebody made a mention on, Facebook, Instagram, Telegram, and you're feeling a vibe that's good, that you're correlating with, that you're resonating with, doesn't hurt to reach out to people. You're not alone. You're not alone. And the more people that validate you, the more people that have that gut instinct that you do, connect with them, right? There are going to be infiltrators. There are going to be people with hidden agendas, and they're still in their 3D warped sense of, needing to control people or needing to, see someone's intentions. I get that, it's a part of a 3D construct that, some of us are already moved on and past. Others don't quite grasp that just yet, and that's okay. Again, everybody's waking up and doing their own thing on their own time. So we just have to hold space for them and hope that they see, and feel the intentions of others. I know with my particular group that I'm starting to, gravitate towards and being magnetized towards. Everybody's intentions are like, what do you think? Well, I know what I think, and I see the infiltration, and it's again not through a person. It's not the person, the vehicle, or the soul that originated in that vehicle. It's what's working through them. It's what's being projected through them. And unconsciously, a lot of people aren't seeing it in person. A lot of people are seeing it in the unseen, which is intangible, unless you could get the pictures of glitching and matrixing that are now happening a lot. And I've captured a lot of the people that I really do hold high and dear in my heart. I've seen those pictures. They're not fun to look at. They're not healthy to look at. Somebody that I really enjoyed the poetry, Mark Atwood, he even said he knew there was attacks. He didn't ignore my calls to saying you need to shield everybody because Mark, you're holding the light. Like, you're probably a gatekeeper too. But one person isn't going to hold the gate for everybody. And it's still happening. And I'm working on it with amongst a few others to help some of those in our tribe that are the ground crew clear the negative energy and the parasites. Parasites being negative energy. Okay, it's like Kraken. The Kraken energy, they slither their tentacle and latch on, and they can do a lot of harm. And they have. There's a lot of splintering. But sometimes you need to have that lesson and you need to see for yourselves what's going on. People think I'm crazy when I speak this way, but I don't give a shit. Sometimes you have to see it for yourself in order to start believing and to see what's happening to the people that you love. And there's a lot of motives in this particular group that I happen to be trying to protect. There's a lot of infiltration still. Plants. They're unaware of it. They're not evil. It's what's projecting through them that is. And it's up to them if they want to reach out to get some help. And I'm very happy to help. But that's like a lot of us. I can't impose my will on anybody else. I don't want to. We'll have to let things sometimes play out, and it's not to the benefit of a whole, but sometimes it's a benefit for a lesson. Things are going to happen when they happen in its own time, and we have to stop and let go of what will be. Because we're not focused on the unity in that, we're only focused for self-gain. Oh, the RV, this, the money, this, that, and the other thing. Well, that's good and all, but at the same time, if everybody's getting to be on equal playing field and things get, then why is not too many people being helped right now? If that is the case, if that's true, then no one should be in depletion now, because people that have the abundance should be spreading that abundance. Just putting that out there. Again, it doesn't need to necessarily be financial, but it's spreading the word. It's getting the word out. When you start seeing people kind of shy away, get a hint that there might be something wrong, and you should reach out, say, hey, I noticed that you're not in my chat anymore. What's going on? Don't get defensive about it. Understand there might be something else there that you're not seeing. Family and tribes are the hardest thing to deal with. Because when you have that family member that you can't stand, but you have to sit at Christmas dinner with, you try to avoid certain topics, the problem never gets resolved. And sometimes it becomes a screaming match, and you don't want that either, because then you're feeding negative energy. We're all at that point to an extent. There's been this great divide, and now, the holidays are coming around, and a lot of people, again, are going to be sitting by themselves. Not necessarily, I have neighbors that have invited me for Friendsgiving, dinner and Christmas and stuff. I'm by myself. Christmas is hard for me. My mom passed away on the 23rd. So it not that I celebrate her life, but it's rough, and I'm being, again, by myself, literally sucks sometimes. And sometimes it's okay, because I need my own space. I'm very odd, but that's okay. That's me. Figure yourself out. What are your pros? What are your cons? Analyze yourself. Look at things in a neutrality type sense. Why do certain things trigger you? Why do certain people trigger you? Right? A lot of people don't like me, but they can't put their finger on why they don't like me. And when I point it out, it's like, because I speak the truth, my truth, and you can't handle it. You don't like it. It doesn't resonate with you. But you run away from it because it's a test for you to confront, and you don't want to confront it, so you run away. Instead of just either looking past it. I have a lot of people I lost in my life because they can't see how I think and how I process things. And certain people are like, oh yeah, okay. I don't agree with you, but that doesn't make you a bad person. I still love you. And some people just run, right? Get to know people first. Don't let them control your lives. It's very important. You don't know the motives of somebody. Sometimes people are married for years, and then they finally see the beast that's lying hidden and dormant, and then it gets unleashed, and you're like, I didn't know this. What? Right? People get sideswiped like that all the time. Feel in your gut who is speaking their truth. Look out in the world objectively. Ask, why is this triggering me? Does this benefit me? Does this information deal with me. Is this something I need to know? What do I do? If we all want to manifest and create a new world and a new tribe, we really need to keep the old here, and we need to move and reimagine the good things from the old here and reimagine them and make them better and recycle them, make a DIY project out of it, and make it look new and shiny again. Know your audience. For those podcasters I love dearly, if you're losing people, it's because you're not knowing what your audience wants or needs. Again, the greed, there are people in, and it's not to compare and it's not to take away anybody's situation, because I hate that for myself. It's like, oh, Allison, someone has it always worse than you. Of course they do. And of course people have it better than me. So stop invalidating my feelings, right? No one should be invalidating your feelings. If you feel a certain way, there's a reason why. Tackle it. Know that you're both of dark and light. Embrace it. Dark, dark, light. Dark, light. It's true. We all have an anger, bitchy, sassy side to us. We need to embrace it and integrate it with us. Archangel Michael holds a sword. Whew. Can't imagine what that sword's for. Violence. The armor of God. Why do you need armor? Because there is evil. Who takes care of that? All of us. But if you don't play well with your demons, you're not going to play well with your angels. You need to know both. You need to understand both sides. You need to understand that one side is helping you grow and the other side is here to protect you. It's understanding not to place judgment. It's the understanding of who you are in totality. And once you can integrate all of those pieces of yourself, then you can emerge and be a part of a tribe of people with like mind. There's a lot of us who are finding each other right now. So keep putting yourself out there. There's a lot of different platforms. There's a lot of blogs. There's a lot of pages. There's a lot of everything. No one person is going to be the end all be all source. It's a whole totality. It's a community of people that come together. And that's the important part. And again, a lot of us are bridges that will bridge you to somebody, to somebody, to somebody until you find that tribe. And those are the people that you're going to do a lot of work with. And then you're going to go to another tribe because your specialty is needed in that group. Again, World of Warcraft. You know how many times, all my guys couldn't be there in my guild. It's like Friday night, we're all kind of bored. Hey, let's go do this raid. We're gonna go take down this boss. Here, come with us. We could use you. You have, you're really good at what you do. Oh, cool. I'll join you. Get on my dragon. Get to the raid, go to the boss, slay some ass, take some names, and then go back to my guild. There's going to be a lot of that going on. If you think of this life as a game and you're playing it as a game, a lot of things don't become offensive anymore. And yes, this world is very offensive. It's disgusting outside and people are still asleep and they're going to remain asleep. The objective now is to get everybody onto a unity pathway, having the understanding that we're creating a new consciousness, that you can't get hung up and stuck on things that are really not going to do anything for you, because if it comes to fruition, great, expect it, but don't expect it, because you don't know what life is going to throw at you. Things have been told to us the last few years. Oh, this is going to happen. That's not going to happen. This is going to happen. Oh, buy this. Oh, go do this. Go do this with your money. Go do this. Blah, 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 blah. and it gets to be too much, instead of taking a step back and understanding, okay, but are you doing the work on yourself? Are you asking yourself? Are you going within? Are you doing what the television told you to do, and you're not listening to your gut? Anybody can put a shiny sticker on something and make a claim on it. Anybody could do that. And I can have 1,500 people saying it's the best fucking shit that they ever had. Okay. An artist pooped in a can and sold it for millions of dollars. Prime example. Someone signed the name on a urinal and it's worth millions. Is that art? No, not in my eyes, but hey, maybe my artwork will one day sell after I'm dead for millions. Who knows? But I wanted to get this out there. I wanted people to understand the diversity of the tribes, the understanding of the soul family, you know, bringing up particular situations that I happen to be caught up in, which is, you know, beautiful and at the same time frustrating. At the same time, you know, I hope things play out in a good way because I don't want anybody getting harmed and hurt. And my purpose is to be protective and to help them see what's going on with them in an objective way. I don't hate anybody. I don't want anything bad to happen to anybody. Again, evil projects itself out from people who are not healed and have a lot of agendas that are not of the light. Ask yourself, if you're in that negative polarity and you want to be a part of the tribe in the positive polarity, how are you going to get there? How are you going to actualize yourself? Spread your communities. Look at everybody. When you start seeing people saying things that resonate with you, contact them, connect with them. It doesn't hurt. You're never gonna know unless you try. And right now we need unity consciousness. We need everybody to come together. We need people with specialties that make up a group that could play an integral role and start spreading themselves, because we need everybody to band together. We need everybody to come together. We need all the tribes to start tribing together. And that doesn't happen if you're sitting at home like me in isolation, but not afraid to put yourself out there. Not everybody's gonna like you. You're not everybody's cup of tea. I'm not everybody's cup of tea, but you know what? Someone else will be. And you don't know that until you go out there and look. You know, it's just like a Tinder app. You swipe, swipe, oh, ooh. Swipe, swipe, ooh. I like that person. They're cute. Right? But it's not like that. It's energetically. Not everybody's going to be for you. Not all the messages they have, but if there's some common ground there, well, they might be a part of a quest that you might be a part of. Don't deny them because they're different from you. Don't deny people because they might see the world differently from you. But if you have a commonality, they might be a part of a quest that you need them on. So don't deny people. Understand a larger whole. For me, I'm out of carnality. I don't look at life the same as I had maybe a year ago. Things keep compounding on me. I keep waking up. Guides are keep coming in and out and telling me all kinds of stuff. And it's like incredible. It's a lot to take in. And I'm not confused anymore. But I have to sit back and take in all the information, analyze it, distinguish what is for me, what is not, what's a side quest, what's my mission right now, and the missions keep changing. Some missions have to wait a little bit. But at the end of the day, we're all going to be in those situations and it gets confusing. And I hope that I'm here speaking and ranting and going off and hoping that someone connects to it. And just understand the place that you are and know where the place that you are. Come in without judgment. Bring yourself to middle ground. Know the role that you're going to play. And if you don't know, everybody's going to bring a specialty. You might not know what yours might be contributing, but it doesn't matter. That comes in time. Start finding your tribe. And you'll be better off and you'll have more of a connection to others. Sending each and every one of you love and light. Please be safe, be seen. Breathe. We're going to get through this. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye, guys.